Here we are again. I know this company has been popping up quite frequently in my videos recently and my discussions. It's just they keep showing up in my life. I don't know what to make of it. So this video is not exactly about them, but they did kind of kick off a little avalanche. And however you might feel about them, let's talk Ubisoft. Earlier this year, Ubisoft shut down the service to one of their older games, The Crew. It's a 10-year-old game. They've got other titles out there. It's oh, actually, GTA 5 is older than that. Crazy. Anyways, it might not really sound like a big deal, but The Crew is an always online racing game. Or in this case, not so always online. So yeah, no service, no game. In essence, it's unplayable. It doesn't matter the fact that you purchase the game full price, and oh, they've got microtransactions, meaning that the cars and skins you bought along the way, it's all gone. Those discs are now nice little crew-themed coasters. Now this has sparked a massive consumer rights campaign, and I do mean massive, as in they require 1 million signatures in a year's time. It started the 31st of July, it's not even 2 weeks ago, and it's already got 150 signatures, so kudos to them. Sorry, I just want to put my mic. Oh, I can hear ADUPS already. It's a stupid Ubisoft game, what's the big deal? Yes, that's exactly what you sound like. Now, this whole thing will influence much more than just this game. We'll get to that in a sec. Now, with regards to the service shutdown, I get it, I understand it. They don't make money off the game anymore, the microtransactions aren't cutting it, and it costs money to run the servers. And just randomly, do you know how much power servers use? As in keeping air conditioning and all that in mind, they can use up to 20 megawatts of power per hour. That's the equivalent of a small town. They build those things next to power stations, it's crazy. Okay, wait, I'm thinking of data servers though, those big ones. Gaming servers aren't necessarily that big, but it's kind of the same thing. I don't even know why I brought that up. Just cool trivia, I guess. Anyways, moving on. This world we're living in is constantly evolving. Though, it's only fitting that there be additional regulations set into place. This always online concept is becoming more and more prevalent, and not just in the gaming industry, but in software in general. So we take a lot of things for granted, which never used to be a thing, but it got implemented as the world moved on. For example, things in the public domain. It's only like in the 1800s where it was implemented. Oh no, wait. Correction. The term was coined in the 1800s. It's the concept of intellectual property that has an expiry date goes back in the Roman days. Man, I'm bad at getting examples today. But this would be the next step in that concept, just on this formula. So if you want to be part of history, join the movement. Link is in the description. I can kind of picture this already.
I ain't gonna sign that damn petition on yours. I don't even play them video games.
Oh wait, it's a digital thing.
I ain't gonna sign that damn petition on yours. I don't even play them video games.
As you might be able to tell, this consumer right campaign is not strictly targeting little poor old Ubisofty. It's the service model in general. So what's more, it's also not looking to force companies to keep the lights on and for infinity have it running. It's just from inception to keep in mind when the company wants to use this service model to have contingencies and plan for when it meets its inevitable end of life, that there's patch or so that makes it no longer require always online, or make it so that people can run their own private servers. It's kind of up to the company. Although this will currently only affect the EU, it will very quickly snowball into effect where if other countries want to release their games in the EU market, which is a very profitable one, they will need to implement the same system. And this would also carry over to free-to-play games if they have microtransactions, since people pay actual money to get these skins and so forth. And let's be honest, eventually the other countries will adapt this into their system. I mean, do you think Africa gave a guava about public domain in the 1800s. I understand why it is the way it is. A decade ago, these games as a live service, this always online titles, weren't as prevalent as they are now. It's a business model that it works. I kind of like the idea of it. It's just there needs to be additional legislation set into motion, that they don't just switch it off and in essence destroy the game. But on that note, what is the lifespan of a game? I mean, it differs from individual to individual, but you're never truly going to relive that first experience you had with the game. You know, when you were still discovering everything, when the service was still pumping, when you figured out better ways or even exploits that no one else knew of. Everything was just still a mystery. Sure, replaying it now might give you a whiff of a reminder of that feeling you used to feel all those years ago, but it so quickly gets overrun and blend into your current adult icky emotions and experiences. You might still enjoy it or even love it, but it's different. It's sad really, but generally people, as you get older, your dopamine levels decrease, reducing that yummy feeling you used to get so intensely. And beyond that, your cognitive load increases, making it harder for you to immerse yourself into a single focus, in that same way you did as a kid, where you would not even notice someone entering the room. It sucks, and there's nothing you can do about it. For me personally, I've got a heap of games that I used to love as a kid. I would see those on GOG, Good Old Games, and Steam, and pick them up at like next to nothing. And after I did, I would probably play like the first mission or so, get a good old nostalgia chuckle, and then never play it again. Oh, and sometimes it's nothing like you remembered. For example, Command & Conquer Red Alert. I recently got that like remastered version. I played it, but that game is so damn primitive. I used to go nuts for it. To close off, go support the European Citizens Initiative if you're able. Otherwise, simply spread the word. The idea is simply for companies not to destroy the game or abandon them into a hostless oblivion once they had their fill. Let the game retire at its own terms. What might seem like an old insignificant game now once brought joy to a person growing up, or maybe even helped them through a really difficult time in their life, and simply providing that individual with a chance, an opportunity really, to make them experience one last glimpse of the emotion they got from it, even if it's just for a moment longer.
I sit in my cubicle here on the mother world. When I die, they will put my body in a box and dispose of it in the cold ground. And in all the million ages to come, I will never breathe or laugh or twitch again. So won't you run and play with me here among the teeming mass of humanity? The universe has spared us this moment.